In this video we're going to look at one of the most popular ideas for living and working in Portugal, and if this is what you want to do, I'm going to include a seriously brilliant bonus idea. The first thing you need to know is that you do not need to generate the same level of income here in Portugal as you do in the UK. Want to know why? Watch this video up here and I'll explain it all. And towards the end of this video, I am going to lend you some serious advice that will help you with this idea and anything else you ever do. Okay? When it comes to working in Portugal or being in business in Portugal, if there's anything you want to know, you know exactly what to do, put it in the comments below and I'll get back to you. I'm here to help, so make good use of it. One of the most popular ideas for working in Portugal is providing accommodation, and broadly speaking it comes in three flavours: holiday accommodation, B&B, bed and breakfast, and long-term let. I've done all three of those, so we're going to look at and examine each one. I'm going to take you on an extensive guided tour so that you can understand the ins and outs. We'll start off with holiday accommodation because that is the most profitable. However, it's also the one that requires the most investment and more work. So I'm going to put you on my gimbal and we're going to go and have a look at everything. The first question you might ask is, do I need a swimming pool? And the simple answer to that is, no you don't. But having a swimming pool like this will obviously attract more customers and command a better price. We're going to use in this video stereotypical mum, dad and two children. To sink a pool this size, 9 meters by 4 meters, I'm guessing would probably cost about 30,000 euros. So if anyone living in Portugal has recently done this and I've got those figures absolutely wrong, please put it in the comments below so that people get to know what it does cost. And not only are you going to need a pool, you're going to need a pump house for filter and for the pump and all the mechanisms that are involved, electrics included. However, there is an alternative to an expensive in-ground swimming pool, and that is the above ground swimming pool. This is like a medium-sized swimming pool, but you can get much bigger ones than this. This is a 6 meter by 3 meter, and I found it to be really good for mum, dad and two young ones. However, these pools come with a cartridge filter and they're not really efficient, so I changed it and put a skimmer in, and then I added a filter, a proper sand filter, and that worked absolutely marvellous. You will need to put the pool down on a really good solid base. I put these slabs down and the pool has been absolutely fantastic on that. You don't need a swimming pool to do holiday accommodation, and if you buy a property that's already got it, well, you've got it made, haven't you? However, if you can afford it and you can accommodate a swimming pool, it would be worth it. You'll attract many more customers and get a greater income for it. Now let's go and look at the accommodation. I kind of fell pretty lucky with this place because I've got the two terraces either side of the pool, and all of this is directly outside the apartment front door. This is a 2-bedroom apartment. It's on the ground floor of the house, and the guests really enjoy staying here, and I'll explain why in just a moment. So there's the lounge with 3 sofas. That sofa there is a sofa bed, and it's spacious, open plan. Now let's wander on down and then take a look at the kitchen area. And that kitchen works perfectly because I lived in this apartment for 6 months to make sure that it was absolutely perfect for guests to come and stay, because at the end of the day it is their second home. Although they're coming on holiday, it is actually going to be their second home for a week while they're here on holiday. Right, let's come across to the dining area. There we go. Then we have the casa de banho, toilet, basin, shower. I had to put that shower in, and then the 2 bedrooms. We've just been into that bedroom. Now let's go into the smaller bedroom. Now when I have guests come, I can put these beds together and make a double bed out of them. But there we have it. And the one thing the guests absolutely love about the apartment, one, it's cool in the summer because of the big thick granite walls, and the other reason is because the apartment is so close to the pool and the play area and the seating area just there. There we have it. Lovely little 2-bedroom apartment, isn't it? And with the salamander, the little wood pellet burner in the corner there, it opens up the opportunity to let it through the winter periods, and I do that as B&B. However, you've got to kit it out. 3 sofas, everything in the kitchen, fridge, freezer, dishwasher, table, dining chairs, beds, bed linen, everything. It's almost like kitting out. Well, it is. It's actually kitting out a 2-bedroom apartment, and it's cost a small fortune. But my advice is, buy once, buy quality, and it will last. And it has done. It's lasted me, a good 7 years up to date, and there's nothing that's deteriorating and needs replacing. So I'm really pleased with the choices that I've made and the quality of what I've got. And yeah, this is a fantastic little apartment. Wouldn't you agree with that? If you do, let me know in the comments below. Now let's talk about the work that's involved in a holiday let. Mum, Dad, 2 children turn up. They are dead excited about their holiday. I'm also excited about it. I want them to have a fantastic time, and I want them to go home with awesome memories. And it's my responsibility to help them create them awesome memories. So providing accommodation, it doesn't end there. For me, it's about making sure that they go home and they remember that holiday for the next 10 years. That's what's important to me, besides just having a place for them to stay. But that aside, once Mum and Dad, 2 children, have had a fantastic time, like a week's holiday, and off they go, you've now got to clean the apartment. You've got to change all the bedding, towels, pool towels, all that lot's got to be cleaned. You've then got to replace everything, make the beds up, get the place looking beautiful, smart looking, for the next guests. And all of that has got to be done in a few hours on that day. They leave at like 10 or 11 o'clock. The new people are going to be arriving at 3 o'clock. So you've only got that period of time to get everything tip top. One of the other things that makes a wonderful holiday for the people is the outside area. So all of these gardens have got to be looked after and maintained. And that is also an awful lot of work, but it is beautiful. Look at that. I mean, when I see the end result like this, I think to myself, it's worth every ounce of effort. The gardens are fantastic. Oh man. Look at those lovely roses around that olive tree. Gorgeous. Now, the other thing that has to be done is the cleaning of the pool. And that has to be done at least 3 times a week. And then the lawns have to be mowed, just like this one needs mowing. Here in Portugal, if you want to provide accommodation, whether it's long-term let, B&B, and we'll come to those 2 in a moment, or a holiday accommodation like we've just looked at, you have to register with the council, and it's called local alojamento. It's like a license. They provide you with a plaque to put on the wall like this one, and you can operate your business. It's slightly different when it comes to long-term let, but that's again with the council. Once you've applied for and got your local alojamento, you then get a number. That number is what you use on your booking sites. And I don't know if you can use the booking sites without that number. I've never tried it. But my thoughts are always, if you're going to do something, do it right, do it legal, do it above board. And then you're not going to have problems. At the beginning of this video, I told you that I'll have an excellent bonus idea for you. Well, here it is. Imagine mum and dad, 2 children turning up for a week at your place. You've got beautiful accommodation and you've got a lovely pool for them. Well, what makes you different to anybody else on the booking platforms? Nothing. So you need something different. So I decided to create this, a play park. Now in that play park I've got a trampoline, badminton, well 2 badminton, swing ball, a peloton court. That was good, I got that right on camera. Peloton, well done Mac. And also a bouncy castle. There is also 2 little quad bikes for the younger ones to run around on. And then there's the electric bikes for the family to go out on if there's like older children. So what does this give the families that turn up? It gives them the opportunity to enjoy all their holiday right here at my place. And I think that's important. Yes, mum and dad can easily take them out here, take them out there and be spending money. But imagine that you're that mum and dad and you're looking to book up and you see a beautiful apartment, a gorgeous swimming pool that's got a solar blanket on it and the water's lovely and warm, and then on top of that you've got a play park for the children to enjoy all on site. That's a bonus, isn't it? And of course you can charge a bit extra for it, and I do. Yeah, I know what you're going to say. To provide those facilities and extra equipment is going to cost money, but remember, buy quality, buy once. And I want you to pick up 2 things from this. 1, you can command a higher price, and 2, it will bring you in a ton of bookings. Now let's talk about B&B. There are always people on the move, and I'll give you 2 examples. I had some bikers come and they're touring, so they only want a place for 1 or 2 nights. I've had other people come who are looking for properties, and again they want to be in this area and this area and this area looking at their properties to buy, so they only need 1 or 2 nights. This apartment that you've looked at for the holiday makers, once the season finishes, like September, late September, I then advertise it for B&B, and it's a bit more luxurious because it's self-contained, it's very private, and there's a nice big lounge like we're sitting in now, and then there's a kitchen and the 2 bedrooms, dining room or dining area and bathroom. So I can command a higher price for this. But there is also a demand for very standard B&B. I'm talking 1 bedroom, TV in the bedroom, a means of making a hot drink, and that is it. So we're talking about the basic kind of B&B. There is a big demand for that. So there's a demand for all types of B&Bs. Now we're going to go into the bed and breakfast of the house. Guests park their vehicle here, go up these stairs, which will bring them to the front door, entering into a rather luxury, spacious B&B, starting off with the casa di bagno. Toilet, basin, and a lovely shower. The bathroom has got AC, so in the winter it's nice and warm for them. Right, okay, down the corridor we've got 2 bedrooms, one to the right. This is what I'm trying to make a traditional Portuguese bedroom. I'm getting there, and I've just had guests, that's why there's a spare bed in the corner. Opposite that bedroom is this one, where I've got 2 lovely beds. And then we come into the lounge area. It's a lovely big lounge, dining area there. And then it's got 2 sofas in it, very big and spacious, nice TV. And in the winter, there's the salamander, the wood burner, and the guests love that because it makes the place lovely and toasty warm. And then the 3rd bedroom is this one here, a double bed. So there's a little tour of my bed and breakfast. Now, when it comes to bed and breakfast, you will be doing a lot more laundry because you've got a higher turnover of people. You also have to include breakfast. And this is the kind of breakfast that I provide. It's a continental breakfast and the guests really love it. If you're going to do a cooked breakfast, you now have to apply to the camera to be able to cook, and they will obviously come and look at your facilities and make sure that it's commercially acceptable. Make no mistake about it, there is a high demand for bed and breakfast. It's not quite as lucrative as holiday accommodation, but you will earn very good money from it. Okay, now long-term let. We'll use this apartment as an example because I have let it long-term. So what does that give you? Guaranteed income. You've got a guaranteed income month by month. It's nowhere near as much as holiday accommodation, but it also does mean that you don't do any cleaning. You haven't got to clean the apartment and you don't have to do any laundry. Because it's let long term, that's their responsibility. It also means that you've got freedom. You've got the freedom to go and live your life. So with holiday makers, you have to be here on site looking after them. But with long-term let, they get on with it. So you can go about your daily, weekly life. You can go on holiday if you want. I can't do that in the summer. So there are your choices. Long-term, B&B and holiday let. Remember I said at the end of this video I'm going to give you some solid advice? Well, here it is. If you're going to come to Portugal and do a business, for example, accommodation, then my advice is that you stay 110% focused, 110% committed. Stay on that path and you will be successful. How do I know this? Because that's exactly what I have done. And everything that I've ever done in my life, I have given it 110% of everything. And I've always been successful. So don't ever give up. I'm going to be doing a number of videos about working in Portugal and being in business in Portugal. So if you've got any ideas, any thoughts, anything you want to know, leave it in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.